Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital News YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. Spencer led Trina to the door of Curtis and Portia's home. Trina informed Spencer that their New York City weekend had been ideal. Every single second, Trina underlined, reliving the moment when she and Spencer made their first love. Trina and Spencer shared a few fleeting kisses. Spencer was urged by Trina to go home and spend time with Ace. Spencer promised Trina he would get back to her the next day. Trina whispered to herself, "You'd better," once Spencer had disappeared from view. When Curtis first arrived at the house, Trina was giddy with enthusiasm about her trip with Spencer. Trina gave Curtis separate hats from the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets as a memento of her trip. Trina remarked that she felt bad for living her life to the fullest, considering Curtis's life had been turned upside down, as he lamented that he could no longer play basketball. Curtis expressed his want for Trina to have a fulfilling life. When Marshall came in, Trina gave him a big smile and asked him whether Spencer had treated her well when she was in New York. Trina gave Marshall a hug and reassured Curtis and him that there was nothing to be concerned about with Spencer. Marshall saw the necklace on Trina. According to Trina, Spencer gave her the necklace as a memento of their trip. Patting the necklace, Trina said, "Pretty unforgettable," was Spencer himself. Marshall noticed the hats Trina had given her, the Knicks and the Nets. Marshall was given a choice of headwear by Curtis. It was Marshall's Knicks cap. The Nets hat was left to Curtis. Trina went back to her dorm. Marshall later inquired as to Curtis's sincere belief that Spencer was suitable for Trina. Curtis stated that he was unable to give Trina instructions, or with whom to be with. Curtis said. Marshall gave a nod of affirmation. Marshall inquired as to whether the search for the shooter of Curtis was still ongoing. There have been no developments, according to Curtis. Laura and Kevin arrived home from Switzerland at Laura and Kevin's house. Esme talked endlessly about how tired she was from caring for Ace by herself. Esme grumbled about how lonely she had been. Laura wanted to know where Spencer was. Esme remained silent. Laura liked her time spent with Ace. Spencer came in, giving Laura and Ace big smiles and said they were two of his favorite people. Spencer pulled out a toy he had purchased for Ace while in New York. When Esme reappeared, she saw that Spencer had returned. Spencer shared his time with Trina with Kevin and Laura. Kevin expressed his happiness that Spencer had offered to euthanize Ace with Esme. Laura was relieved that Spencer and Esme were getting along after Spencer and Trina had left the room. Kevin noticed that Esme appeared to be alone, so he warned Laura, "And her employment at the Invader is all she has. It doesn't appear like she has many pals. Friction is inevitable," Kevin forewarned. Laura and Kevin revealed to each other that they had discovered Nicholas was still alive when Spencer and Esme returned. Spencer fell silent, then heard Ace sobbing on the baby monitor. Esme went outside to see Ace. Kevin went upstairs to make some calls after noticing that Spencer and Laura wanted some alone time. When Spencer revealed that Nicholas had deserted him once more, he became tearful and expressed his want for Nicholas to stay away. Laura stated that Spencer's words were not intended. Laura tried to comfort Spencer by putting her arms around him. To check on Ace, Spencer departed. To inquire about Charlotte, Laura gave Valentin a call. Stella mentioned that Felicia would be a wonderful addition to the personnel at the hospital. Felicia expressed her admiration for Stella's communication skills with the families of her patients. Portia came over as Felicia and Stella were chatting. Portia requested to talk with Stella alone. Felicia gave herself permission to leave. Terry had extended an offer to Portia to become co-chief of staff. Portia informed Stella. Although Portia acknowledged that she had declined the offer, she seemed unsure about her choice. Portia revealed that Curtis was the sole reason she hadn't been eager to accept the offer. Stella urged Portia to accept the job, saying that she shouldn't postpone living her life. Finn proposed to Elizabeth while they were both at the hospital. Yes, Elizabeth replied. Terry emerged and revealed that Amy had informed her that there had been 2 sexual encounters in the hospital's showers. Elizabeth made it plain that she hadn't had sex with Finn, even though she acknowledged kissing him in the shower. When Portia showed up, she requested to talk with Terry. Elizabeth went to see how a patient was doing. After that, Portia informed Terry that she had decided not to accept his offer to become co-chief of staff. Gregory was shown into Chase's flat by Chase. Chase told Gregory he loved him, tears welling up in the eyes of both men. Gregory expressed regret for not informing Chase sooner about his diagnosis of ALS. Gregory apologized and acknowledged that it hadn't been fair to Chase. Chase assured Gregory all would be all right. Chase, Gregory, and Finn were joined. The 3 discussed Gregory's health. How might Chase and Finn help? Chase inquired. Ned/Eddie dreamed that he was performing naked on stage, and that Olivia and a woman with black hair were staring at him at the Quartermain mansion. Eddie told Olivia about his dream as soon as he woke up. Eddie mentioned that he has experienced the dream previously. Olivia urged Eddie to ask Kevin for assistance, but Eddie refused. Brooklyn chastised Tracy in the mansion's main room for telling Chase about Gregory's condition. Although Tracy claimed it was an honest error, Brooklyn didn't think Tracy was being completely honest. There was a persistent knock on the door. Brooklyn yelled as she answered the door, already furious. What? Brooklyn gave a loud shout. Brooklyn had no idea that Lois was at the door. Whoa, is that how you welcome your mother, please? Lois inquired. Lois gave Brooklyn a warm embrace while grinning. Tracy cut her off as Brooklyn praised Lois on her stylish plastic nails and hair. Lois claimed that after finding out that Brooklyn had been let go from deception, she had traveled to Port Charles. Lois was informed by Brooklyn that she had been tricked into engaging in corporate espionage. Who's manipulating who? Who would harm you in that way? With a scowl at Tracy, Brooklyn questioned Lois. Tracy walked out of the room. Lois showed contempt for Tracy. Brooklyn said that she should have been dismissed since she had let her friends down. Lois countered that Tracy was the only one at fault. Olivia suddenly materialized. The 2 buddies wrapped their arms around each other, yelling at the top of their voices with enthusiasm as they were overcome with ecstasy at seeing each other. Eddie asked Tracy if she had heard Lois and Olivia going into convulsions in the kitchen at the same moment. Of course I was aware of it. New Delhi residents heard it. It's an invasion from Bensonhurst. Tracy replied bitterly. Eddie inquired as to Tracy's meaning. Well, Olivia was bad enough, and now there's 2 of them. Tracy laughed. Eddie was persuaded by Tracy to check for himself. Olivia promised to offer Lois a complimentary room at Metro Court when they were back in the living room. Brooklyn suggested that Lois remain at the Quartermain estate after flashing back to Tracy's blackmailing her. I have a feeling Tracy would be thrilled to have you here, jokingly stated Brooklyn. Lois eventually consented to stay at the mansion when Olivia persuaded her to. Is Ned still thinking he's Eddie Main? Lois inquired. The fact that Olivia and Brooklyn remained mute proved it to be true. Olivia was informed by Lois that nothing had changed in their Bensonhurst neighborhood, and they remembered the good old days. Lois went on to say that her parents were doing well, and she chastised Brooklyn for not coming over more frequently. Eddie came into the living room at that moment. Gazing at Lois, Eddie declared that he was familiar with her. I should really hope so. I'm Brooklyn's mother, and I'm your ex-wife, Lois remarked. When Eddie said he thought he knew Lois from somewhere else, it astonished everyone. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.